Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're diving into a pretty heavy topic, crime and what it means to be a criminal. There's a lot to unpack, especially when you consider how laws and societal norms shape what's deemed a crime.
Definitely. The whole concept of what qualifies as a crime can be tricky. It's not always clear-cut. For example, while we all agree on things like murder and theft being crimes, what about things like drug use or cybercrime? Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, the definition of crime can vary depending on where you are. Laws are created by governments, and different places have different rules. For instance, in some countries, something like euthanasia is illegal, but in others, it's allowed under certain conditions. So what makes something a crime is really about what the law says.
Exactly. And that's what makes crime such an interesting and complex topic. It's not just about the action, but the intention behind it. What's called mens rea. You can do something harmful, but if there was no criminal intent, does it still count as a crime?
Good point. The Actus Reus, the physical act of doing something illegal, usually has to be paired with mens rea, the intention. But there are exceptions. For example, you could unintentionally cause harm but still be held criminally responsible in certain cases, like manslaughter.
Right. And then there's the whole question of punishment. What happens when someone is convicted of a crime? In modern society, we have these structured systems for sentencing, right? It's not just about punishing people, it's also about rehabilitation, depending on the nature of the crime.
Totally. For some crimes, you might get a community sentence or a fine. For more serious offenses, though, it could mean prison time. And in some places, there's even the death penalty, though it's highly controversial.
It really makes you think about the broader implications of crime. It's not just about the individual, but how it affects society as a whole. I mean, laws are meant to maintain order, but they also need to evolve as society changes.
That's so true. Take something like cybercrime. A few decades ago, it didn't even exist as a concept, but with technology advancing, new crimes are emerging and law enforcement has to adapt quickly.
Absolutely. And it's crazy to think that in some places, even minor offenses can result in major legal consequences. I mean, what about the debate on whether some nonviolent crimes should be criminalized at all?
That's a big question. It's all about finding that balance between ensuring safety and not over-criminalizing minor behavior. Laws that protect society need to be fair and just.
Exactly. It's about making sure that the punishment fits the crime. It's also about asking, are we truly protecting the community, or are we just punishing individuals?
A great point to end on. It's an ongoing conversation. Well, we've scratched the surface today, but there's so much more to explore about crime and criminal justice.
Definitely. So what do you think? Do we need to rethink some of the laws we have in place today? Let us know your thoughts.